Well, I was definitely looking for somebody that would give me something to hold on to, something that I didn't want a teacher to cross anything out, which I'd had. I didn't want anybody to tell me off that I couldn't write, I was stupid. And I was very, very dubious of what I wanted to... and the day you came up to the neighbourhood house and you gave us all those rules, I'll never forget those rules. It took me 3 days. I drove everybody in the house crazy. When I met you, there was something about you that I seemed to click. And when you said you didn't have to write, and I thought, well, okay, I'm not going to write today. I won't write. And I didn't. I refused to write. But I listened to you, and I went home, and I said, Roger, that lady I like. And he said, what do you mean like? And my husband's tried to teach me, and I couldn't cope with that. We're too close. And I said, there's something about that I liked. She told me I didn't have to write. So I'm not. And I said, then the next day, Roger and I had a talk about it, and lo and behold, 3 days later, I sat down and I wrote everything, 3 pages of writing, and only I could understand it, nobody else, but I wrote something that I wanted to write, and some of it was in anger and frustration, but I wrote these letters.
In a world of my own, I was frightened and alone, learning to read between the lines. They hurt me at school. They said I was a fool.
Hi, Di. How are you? It's really great to see you. Come on, I've got something to show you. I'm really excited.
Now I'm standing on my own.
I'm doing a dress for my daughter. I mean, my granddaughter, beg your pardon. And I'm doing it slowly by little bit, and by the darts on either end. And that's the front.
Oh, isn't it lovely?
Yes.
And what, you're following the pattern?
Yes, and then I've got the lace that goes around it.
Oh, that's going to be lovely, Jan.
Yes, really good, pretty.
And is this the first time you've ever...
Well, it's the first time I've really gone by a pattern. That's what it will look like eventually with the lace all in it. Isn't it pretty, isn't it? I'm really proud of it.
Well, Janet, what have you been doing since I saw you last? Have you been writing?
Yes, I have, and I'm quite excited, really excited about this, because for the first time that I've actually been able to write 2 lines with words on, and I don't think there's any mistakes. I want you to have a look. Right. I'm really excited. I just used my friend Sue, and I had a good weekend. We all helped in the garden. Now, I'm sure garden's not quite right, but the sounds were there for me. So I was really excited about that. And we found a leak in a pipe, and it could be the toilet pipe. Roger's going to fix. Now, when I wrote fix, I knew it was wrong, but I spelled it in 2 different ways, but it doesn't sound right now. And on Monday we're going to go and do some cooking. I can't remember, what was it? Words now. And my sister Thelma. Oh, that's right. On Monday we're going to cook some cabbages and freeze them. That's right, because we've got some cabbages, I was going to freeze them. My sister Thelma sent a box of presents from England. And Ryan has grown up. He's 18 years old.
Good.
Yeah. I was really, for me to want to just write down some things in between. I've never done that before.
Right. And what was it that you did that was different this time? Why do you think you managed to get so many words right?
Part of it was to slow down, where when I've looked back in the past, I just wrote very quickly, but when you've been teaching me to sort of slow down, think of the word, and then sort of sound the word and write the sound on the paper. And that's word, it's wonderful. And to me, it's made me feel excited to want to write more. So it's quite funny. I'm quite excited about it. So, and then I look back and I saw other things. But today I want to write a letter to my sister.
Do the circle.
Yeah. That's Thelma. I always get confused. I want to put the A before the E.
Right.
I don't know why, but I do. Okay, Thelma. But first, I'd like to thank. We spelt that last time, didn't we? Thank you for present.
Right. What else would you like to say to him?
Ryan made, that's the E, A, it's the A, so S.
That's
Will
all right.
that come back to that?
We'll come back to that, yes. Just if you know it's not right, but that's fine. We'll leave that for the moment. We know what it is.
What else was I going to talk to her about? Photos.
Right.
That sounds like to be photo.
Good. Right.
Photos. That's how it sounds, but I know it doesn't look right.
Right, that's fine. It doesn't matter at this stage, does
No,
it?
no, I know.
Why doesn't it matter now?
Because I'm not going to write it in the letter. It's just to let things in my mind get down on paper.
Right.
And I find that if I've got lots of things there that I want to put on paper, and when I go to write it, I got so many things I can't put down, and I get all confused. And I'm liking this.
Right.
And if I get upset about something, I write it.
Good.
And it's good. You've done it for me. You see, you did the circle.
No, you're doing it.
Yes, you did the circle. Let me think. What can I write down that I'm learning to write? What would you put there? I don't know. I got die, D-I. Great.
What about?
I just put die under there. That's your name.
You know what it is you want to say?
I know that die means going to school. Not going to school, teaching me, teach.
Now, I liked learning to write.
Yeah.
And you know why I like that?
What, me?
Because you're learning. I'm not teaching, you're learning.
So,
You're learning it all by doing it.
So I'll just put die. I won't put teach then.
No.
Yes? What do you want
You
to
could put
put?
learning.
And I know it's ing. Learning. Learning. No.
Is that enough for you to
Yeah,
remember?
learning.
You didn't want to write learning, did you?
No! No, not really, no. No. For years I'd bottled up so much that I wanted to write about different people and didn't know how to write it down. So sometimes, like for an instance, I wanted to write about my mother, for an instance, and there was good things about my mum, there was bad things about my mum that I wanted to write about, and I couldn't put my feelings on paper. And this circle thing was wonderful. Well, to me, the day I did that, I went and cried. I went and cried. I said, oh, I've talked about my mum. You know, I wrote about my mother. It was wonderful.
And why does that work? I mean, you could have just written a list of things down the page about your mother and then written about that.
No, because I think, because I turned and put my mother in the middle, my mum was the most focused person.
Right.
If I'd have put my mum on a list, she would be just a list.
Yes.
But because she was the circle of the paper, she was important.
Yes. Now, what would you like? Do you want to correct this first, or do you want to
I
write
don't
the
really
letter?
know what I want. Really, I want to do both. I'm sort of greedy today. I don't.
Let's have a look at some of these, because some of these words might come into this when we're
Yes,
doing
I
it.
think so. Yes.
So, looking at that, which is the first word do you think that's right?
Well, I have now. to me that's H-A-D. That's right, isn't it?
Yes.
A good weekend. Now, I wasn't sure.
Tell me about this one again.
I had a good
Yes, that's right.
weekend.
Yes. And what are you not sure about there?
Weekend, we all helped in the garden.
Right.
Now, weekend may be wrong, but I thought it was right. But there might be some silent words in there, you know what, I don't know.
Have a look at it. Use this one. You've written W-E-E-K.
E-D.
E-D.
Right.
Those are all right.
Right.
Now look at it very carefully. What do you think you've written?
Week. D. Week.
Week.
Week. Well, that's a week of the day, isn't
Yes,
it?
that's right. That's
Yeah.
quite correct. And it's
Week.
actually the end of the week. That's how the words worked out. So week is
Right.
right. Okay, you know that week is right.
Week. Oh.
What have you done?
N.
N. Good.
N. Cos W, yeah, E-N. D.
Good.
End. Weekend.
So-
Right, right. We all helped in the garden.
No,
Garden.
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 You've got G, A, D, and N. All of those letters are right.
Okay,
But
right.
you're not sure about this one, are you?
No, there's something missing. Oh, well, I feel there's something missing.
All right. Well, where do you think the letters are missing?
In there.
There's one missing there. I noticed you left a little gap there as you were writing, which
Yes.
showed that you thought that there was something missing there. Do you think there's anything missing anywhere else?
Oh, ah. Ah.
So,
Oh, right. Oh. Garden. Den. Garden.
what do you think the letter is?
Garden. E.
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 Oh, you spelled that all by yourself.
And we found. Found. Found.
You spelled it F.
I've got it. O-U-D.
That's right, that's right, that's right, and that's right.
Okay.
What's
Sounds.
missing?
Found.
Where?
Well, owl.
You've got owl.
Owl.
O-U
That's
makes
the sound, isn't it?
owl.
Foul. Found. Found.
Where do you...
Ah! N. N.
Where does the N go?
There, yes. Found. Yes. Oh, good. I'm going to write that down myself too. Put that in there too. Right. Found.
Right.
A leak. Now, to me, it sounds leak.
Le.
Leak. Right. It's just what it sounds like. But I knew something must be more to it.
Where do you think the letter's missing?
I don't know. Doesn't sound anything to me. The leak. Now, that's all it sounds
Right,
like
you're
to
quite
me.
right. All of those
There's
letters are
there
correct.
doesn't seem to be
Yes.
any words in it
Right,
that I could sort of put into it.
right.
Because to me, all I can hear as a sound in it is eek. That's all comes across.
Right.
To me, that's how I would spell leak.
If there was another way of spelling it, what could that be?
Another way, leak.
There's actually one letter missing, right? There's a letter missing there.
Right.
Now, what is another way that it could be spelled? What other letter could you put in to make the sound E?
Sound E. Don't know.
Right.
Don't know.
Okay. L, E.
Why A?
Because E and A together make the sound E.
Ah, right. Yeah. Yes.
Do you know, are there any other letters that might go together to make the sound E?
Bean.
Bean's another word. Good. So now you've got
Bean.
L-E-A-K, B-E-A-N. Do you know any other words that have got E-A?
Don't know.
No. Bean. Leak.
What about leak? Do you know any other leak words? Leak.
No. But then again, when I look at that, to me, to look at it, then when you have the A and the E makes the A sound, that sometimes comes in it with an E for the A. Does that make sense to you? When like make, like when we write make,
How do you
right,
write make?
M-A-K. Now that's how I would spell it, because the English language wants an E on the end to make the A sound.
To make
Right.
it a long. To
Right,
make it
so
a long
sometimes
A.
for me then, if I come across a sound that I can't see another word but it's an E sound, it's always got the A on the end of it then. That's confusing to you, I suppose, but to me I can seem to understand it. Where the E makes the A sound, the E makes the A sound, the opposite way round when you
I
write
see what
it.
you mean.
Does it make sense to you? I think I might confuse you more than ever, I think.
Yes. You just have to remember that E and A together
Together
make the
an
E
E
sound. And it's just one of those things that you
just-
need to remember. It's the same as with make. That
Yes.
With make, you need the E on the end to make the
The
A
A
sound.
sound.
A
Right.
long A.
Yeah.
A, make. Because
Make.
without the E, what would it be?
Make.
If you didn't have the E on the end,
Monk. Mac.
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 It would be a short A. A.
Oh, ack. Yes,
Mac,
yes. Yeah,
But
right.
because you've got the E on the end, it makes
Makes
it long.
make. Right. Oh, yeah, I see
Right?
that. Yeah, I
Yeah, let's
understand
have
that
a
now.
look.
And then it says in a pipe.
Right. Now,
Pipe.
following this rule,
Pipe.
you've got, what does that spell?
Pip.
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 And
No, I
over
think
here-
of it. I don't know why I put that word, but it's got the sounds of pip in it. Pip. Pipe.
And if you want to make it pipe, what do you do?
Pipe. Pipe. Me, it just sounds like pipe.
But you've told me that actually
Pip.
spells
It's
pip.
pip. Yes, I realise that.
And if you want to change that to a long sound, what do you do to change it?
Not an E, is it?
See here with your
Yes,
make.
the make.
Without
Right.
the E, it was mac.
Mac.
With the E, it makes it a long
Right.
sound.
Yeah.
Here, without the E, it's pip.
Make pip.
With the E, it makes it pipe. Right.
Oh, that's frustrating. The toilet. Now, I'm not so sure about that word, but I think,
You've got T-O-L-E-T.
yeah, E-T. Yeah, toilet.
That's right.
Toilet.
This is quite a complicated word.
Toilet.
Now, you've got
Well,
one,
let is let.
so you feel that that's right.
I cut it into two words for me to spell it.
All right.
To O, to, and then I put let. That's how I came to the word toilet.
There's one letter missing. What letter do you think that would be?
Toilet. The E sounds the E? No, that doesn't right.
That's all right, that part. I'll tell you this one because this is another sneaky one.
Toilet. Oil in the middle. I never thought of that. The part we're done. So Roger's going to fix this word here.
Have a look at both of those.
For X. Now you see, for E, now it could be an E, an I, or an E. So I was doubly showing myself there. For
What have you...
X.
Have a look at it here.
Right. For
What have
X.
you written?
Well, to be fixed. For E.
And the second time you wrote this.
Because always the I and the E sound the same.
And which one, what do you think's right there?
By looking at it, that one should be right.
Yeah, that's quite right.
By looking, it's the looking sound.
That's
Correct.
quite right, and you don't need anything else. That's correct, as it is.
Ah, great. On Monday, on Monday, and we're going to cook. I suppose we should put a cooking on that one, wouldn't it be, to make it sound right?
Read it again, just slowly for
On
me.
Monday, well, it shouldn't have we really, we're going to cook. So really and doesn't have to be in that.
No, you can cross that one out.
Right. Right, on
On
Monday,
Monday.
we're going to cook some cabbages,
What have you left off here?
ing,
You knew that one, didn't you?
yeah.
To
To
cook some cabbages.
Cab. Now, cab. To me, it's cabbages. what a
You've
word.
written B-A-D-G-E-S.
Badge.
You've
Badge.
written badge, haven't you?
Badge.
That's right, you've
Right.
written badge. Now, if you want to write cabbages,
Cab.
how would you write it?
Well, you've changed that to a C.
We'll start with a C.
When sometimes I get confused with looking at the cut is a big cut or a little cut. And it's more of a seeing word that you know that it's a little one, isn't it?
You're getting confused between the K and the C.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, because they both sound the same, don't they?
That's right. Sometimes they do sound the
Yeah,
same, and it's
yeah.
just a matter of knowing
Yeah,
which one's
yeah.
which.
That's sort of
Right.
looking at
Yes,
the word,
yes,
isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. B. Now I've got is. I've got es on the end, but I wasn't sure whether that was right. Cabbages. Cabbages.
That's all
Right.
correct, but you've got one letter missing. What letter do you think it
Cabbages,
would be?
double B.
Double B.
Cabbage.
Oh no, we've got a. I've left out an A there. There you are. I've made a mistake.
Cabbages. Yeah, sounds like the two B's, doesn't it? Yeah, cabbages.
So it's actually written. You write it here. C-A-B-B-A-G-E-S.
Right.
All right.
Yeah. Age. Cabbage.
That's
When you
right,
really
you've
look
found
at it, you've got
another
to say
word.
age.
You've got age.
Age. Age. Cabbage.
So you've got a little word in a big word there.
Yeah.
You've
Yeah.
got another little word in there. What's another little word you can see in there?
Cab.
Cab. Taxi cab.
Cab.
So you've got two little words in the big word.
Yeah. So I remember that and to put two B's on cab.
Yes.
Cab.
I was up at the school and a little girl had the word boat, and she had the word, right, and she'd missed one letter, and the teacher just put a line right through it, and I could see the little girl's face go down because the teacher had written, but this is how you spell. And I said, immediately, whether the teacher got offended or not, but I went straight up and said, look, to the little girl, I said, look, you've got the B right, and you've got the O right, and you've got the T right. But I said, that's a real quiet word in the middle there. And the teacher was looking at me, and I said, look, I said, there's one sound that you often can hear. And the little girl said, oh, and I said, that's right. And then the teacher looked at me, and the little girl smiled. And I said to the teacher, oh, I'm sorry, but I said, I can't stand seeing people cross a word out when they've got it nearly right. And she looked at me, and I said, well, this is how I feel that it should be done. And she said, oh, I never thought of it that way. So it was a learning experience for her and me at the same time.